Hey, what's going on, people of the internet? My name, of course, is Panther. Welcome your faces back to the channel once again. Today I've got an interesting topic, an interesting conversation. You guys have already seen from the title, so let's just jump right in. Call of Duty Ghosts is the best Call of Duty game. Now, so many people have already disliked the video. Yes, I'm talking to you, Timmy. I can see you. You just disliked the video. Get on my level, scrub. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, a lot of people have probably already disliked the video. Most people just hopped on, saw the title, disliked it, and left. So to those people still sticking around and watching, to you 10%, hey, thanks. Here's a free internet cookie. Go ahead and enjoy it. Anyways, I believe Call of Duty Ghosts is one of the best, if not the best, Call of Duty game ever because of many of these reasons that I'm about to go into. Now, just to preface, this is definitely my opinion. So many people definitely will not share the same opinion, but I just wanted to get my points out there and just start a conversation with everyone. So Call of Duty Ghosts came off the high of Black Ops 2. Now, a lot of people, including myself, consider Black Ops 2 to be a damn near perfect game. And if it isn't, then I don't know what a perfect game would be. I personally thoroughly enjoyed Black Ops 2. I hit Prestige Master twice on that game. It was just so much fun. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Call of Duty Ghosts came around and people started hopping off about a month and a half into the game's life cycle and went back to play Black Ops 2. They're two completely different games, and I can understand the people's point of views. Black Ops 2 is this fun, chaotic, bright, insane game, whereas Call of Duty Ghosts is more slow. It's like a post-apocalyptic World War III-ish kind of vibe to it. It's dark, gritty, it kind of makes you depressed and sad. But, in my opinion, it makes you feel like you're actually fighting a war, whereas Black Ops 2 is just really a typical arcade shooter. In my opinion, Ghost does a very, very effective job at making you feel like you're actually in the game, like you're actually fighting these people on these huge, big maps. The immersion, I believe, in Ghosts definitely is way better than Black Ops 2. I feel like I'm actually a part of the whole confrontation within Call of Duty Ghosts, where Black Ops 2 is just like, hey, I'm gonna hop on, I'm gonna do some things, I'm gonna do this and this, and it's gonna be a bright, bouncy, colorful game. Now, personally, I think Black Ops 2 is probably the second best Call of Duty, just behind Ghosts. So do not hate me for my opinion. And it's not even just that. There are so many other factors that play into Ghosts as to why I think it's one of the best games. So just jumping right in, we have awesome weapon balancing. Yeah, at first, some of the weapons were definitely broken and OP. The MSBS, that 3-round burst, that thing was absolutely insane, and it was a monster. It still really is a monster, but it did get a bunch of nerfs. Now, obviously, the MTAR and the Vector are still pretty top-tier god-level weapons, but every other weapon you can be effective with. I can't really think of one weapon where you won't perform well. I mean, obviously, the Riot Shield and the Combat Knife, but that's really it. I mean, the PDW is also kind of trash, but that's a pistol, so we're not going to count that. But all the weapons are viable. You can use pretty much every single weapon, and you'll be absolutely fine. You can hit 40-plus gameplays every single match, no matter what weapon you're using. And I absolutely love that. It gives so much replay value because you don't always play with the same guns. Black Ops 2, you're mainly playing with the M8, the AN-94, the MSMC, or the Remington, or the DSR, or Ballista. That's really it. It's like 7 weapons that are like the main choices for everyone to go to. Where in Ghosts, I've seen every single gun in every single lobby, and I love that. That's just a fun thing to me. The next point I've kind of already brought up is big but fun maps. I think every map really immerses you into it and it makes you feel like you're actually there. Some maps have some really weird layouts, like Stormfront. That map's just kind of interesting. It's kind of just a meh layout, but I do feel like you're actually there and it feels like it could actually be a real thing, whereas some maps in other games just kind of feel like they're just kind of thrown together and not very realistic. Where in Ghosts, I feel like these are actual places that you could really go to and you could actually have gunfights. It's totally believable in my opinion. And I do definitely sometimes prefer the bigger maps. Just more places to run around, more places to hide, bigger open maps for streaks to go into. But, I mean, then again, streaks and Ghosts were kind of boring, but this is a positive video, so we're not going to mention that. The next point I'm going to make kind of brief, Extinction. I think Extinction was a fun change of pace from Zombies. I thoroughly enjoyed Extinction, and I'm really sad that they didn't bring back Extinction when it came to Infinite Warfare, but I mean, I guess you can't really have what you want. They have to go with Zombies. Zombies sells. But I love Zombies. You guys all know that. I'm really kind of a Zombies channel. But anyways, I thought Extinction was super fun. It definitely was a complete change of pace with Zombies. It was still kind of like a horde game mode, but it was different. It was fun. and cryptids are fucking badass. And now, this is one of the biggest points that I have to offer. This was the first Call of Duty game where you could customize your character. You could do pretty much whatever you want. In all of the previous games, you were kind of stuck to just a base character. If you were an LMG runner, you would be that huge tank dude. If you were an SMG, you'd be a lightweight guy. If you were a sniper, you would typically have like a ghillie suit, or you'd be kind of more concealed in like some recon-esque type clothing. Where in Ghosts, you could customize it to whatever you want. You could customize your head, your gender. That was a big thing. Fucking females in Call of Duty, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Anyways, I'm getting off point. But there were so many different customization options that you had, and this also leads me into the microtransactions. Now, we all know the microtransactions in recent games suck. Since Advanced Warfare, it's been supply drops, and now Black Ops 4 has the worst system I have ever possibly seen in my life. But in Ghosts, it was fun. You could buy specific character skins, like you could be fucking Makarov, you could be Ghost, Price, Soap. Hell, you could be a fucking astronaut, and I thought that was pretty damn cool. And then on top of that, it was only $1.99. You could buy an entire character skin customization pack, plus a background and a calling card and everything, and it was $1.99. Where have those days gone? And the camos were pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, some of the camos were interesting. I did buy some though. I got the Space Cat camo, I got the Duck camo. Hell, I thought the ugly festive sweater camo, I thought that thing was actually super cool. And guess what? They gave that away for free. Where the fuck is the free shit in Call of Duty now? Just tell me, where is it? It's fucking non-existent. This game, I feel like, kind of took a huge risk to where you could customize your character, but it totally paid off. I miss those days. Black Ops 4 has some of the worst customization ever. Ever. Period. Do not argue with me over that. Black Ops 4 customization is terrible. And then on top of that, yeah, they did introduce new weapons, but each weapon, I believe, is only $4.99. There's only two. So there's the Ripper, and then there's the Maverick. The Ripper, obviously, you can transform from an SMG into an assault rifle in-game, whereas the Maverick, you either get the assault rifle version or you can equip the sniper rifle version. Both of them are pretty insane good guns. And the Ripper was just, a lot of people considered overpowered, but really, it was just kind of overused in my opinion. I wouldn't consider it overpowered whatsoever. But you could just directly purchase what you want, and they were cheap. Okay, I'm sorry for going off so hard on microtransactions, but honestly, Ghosts and Black Ops 2 had the best system for microtransactions, and I wish that they would bring it back. And finally, it was the last boots on the ground game that we had for fucking 3 years. Yes, a lot of people did not like it. Yes, a lot of people had issues with Ghosts. But if you didn't want to play Space Jumpy Warfare, you could just play Ghosts, and it was fun. It was still entertaining. I love pretty much every single aspect of Ghosts. I don't really hate that game as much as everyone else. I don't understand why people still hate on this game so much. It's like they haven't touched it since they gave up on it a month and a half into the life cycle. Now, obviously, yeah, we want a good game on launch, but at this point, after all the patches, all the updates, all the numerous tweaks that they did, it's a solid game. I love playing Ghosts. Sometimes I prefer to play Ghosts over Black Ops 4. Like I was playing Black Ops 4 earlier today, and I was like, man, I want to play some Ghosts, to be honest. That's sad. A new game that came out 2018, I'm having less fun on than a game that came out in 2013 that most people hated. I don't know. It could just be my personal preference. It could just be that I'm kind of nostalgic for this game because I went super hard on Ghosts. But I just don't know, man. I feel like Ghost doesn't deserve the hate that it actually has been getting. I think it's a lot better than it was when it first came out, and it deserves a second chance. I really wish they would have come out with a Ghost 2. There was so much potential. I absolutely loved the campaign. The campaign was fun. It felt like a movie. It was an interesting idea, and I was actually kind of invested into the story. I loved how it was like a band of brothers who came together. It had that personal kind of family connection. And most campaigns, I feel like, don't manage to hit that anymore. I mean, the last decent campaign was really Black Ops 2 and Ghosts. I mean, Advanced Warfare was meh. Black Ops 3 was, I don't even want to touch that because that was just the worst campaign ever. Infinite Warfare was decent. World War II, okay, yeah, it was an okay-ish campaign. They definitely did not take the risks that they should have for a World War II campaign, and Black Ops 4 doesn't even have one. So yeah, I mean, there's just so many things that I feel like Ghost got right, but it was just completely overshadowed by the fact that there were so many problems on launch, and there were so many people that hated it. You know, they were giving reviews like 7 out of 10, some people were like, meh, I'll just go back and play Black Ops 2. But Ghost deserves a second chance, everyone. Like, if you're watching this, just go play Ghost. Play it for like 30 minutes. Come back and tell me if it's really as bad as you remember it, or if you kind of just had that hive mindset. I'm not calling anyone out, I'm just saying Ghost deserves a second chance. I absolutely love playing it, and if any of you guys ever want to play Ghost sometime, I got it on Xbox, just hit me up. Anyways, that's really all I have to talk about. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys on some Call of Duty Ghosts. Feel me like a Hellcat.